передай что-нибудь зрителям на YouTube. Доказывайте, показывайте нашу внутреннюю силу. Правильно.
We are in Hamburg, the largest logistics hub in Europe. This is where Germany's largest port is located. And Chechens have also settled here. Not just people who fled the war, but those who openly support Ramzan Kadyrov and travel to Chechnya on vacation. Until recently, the so-called representative of Kadyrov in Europe, Timur Dugazaev, lived here.
Timur Dugazaev was born in Grozny. In 2002, he came to Germany as a refugee, and in 2011, he received the title of European champion in mixed martial arts and a German passport. In Hamburg, Dugazaev founded the Terek Sports Club and began calling himself Ramzan Kadyrov's representative in Europe.
Initially in the 2000s, he filed for asylum in Poland, then moved to Germany, and there once again filed for asylum. And he did so, according to his brother, as Islam Dugazaev. It was under this identity that he received asylum in Germany. On that basis, he later obtained German citizenship. At first, he was pro-Ichkeria. He raised the flag of Free Chechnya. He was an athlete and appeared at various events under that flag. But at some point, he made a very abrupt switch. What exactly prompted his rapprochement with the Russian-backed regime in Chechnya is not known for certain.
Все знают, кто я есть. Кадыровец, представители.
Dugazaev not only traveled to Chechnya regularly himself, but here in Germany, he also received high-ranking guests from the Chechen Republic.
Various Kadyrov officials came to Europe. He met them and provided the necessary reception. He accompanied them on trips around European countries, such as, for example, attending UFC competitions. At that time, Kadyrov's favorite fighter was Abdul Karim Edilov, whom Kadyrov would later kill. He competed in Rotterdam in 2017, and he was accompanied by Kadyrov's close friend and associate, Abu Zaid Vismuradov, nicknamed Patriot. Several other people from Kadyrov's inner circle were also there, and it was Dugazaev who met them and accompanied them on these trips.
Human rights activists consider Vismuradov himself to be involved in various crimes, including the murders of gay Chechens. According to Chechen opposition figures, athletes in Hamburg, before the start of the war, were engaged in meeting and accompanying members of Kadyrov's family and his close associates in Europe.
They organized, for example, some kind of motorcycle rally in Berlin, headed by the Surgeon, the leader of the Night Wolves. When they organized this rally and came to Berlin, it was Dugazaev who met them there.
And in addition, he kept an eye on young people and opposition activists from Chechnya, and even on vandals who desecrated the monument to the liberating soldiers in Berlin.
Я здесь нахожусь тоже по поручению Рамзана Кадырова, командующего, поэтому совместно показываем то, что мы здесь живем, что не безразлично, что в будущем такие вещи не творили.
Threats along the lines of, "What are you saying there? Come to Germany, set a place, and we'll meet you there." Things like that cropped up. It never, however, came to actual meetings. That is, there were times when they were told, "Okay, let's meet up." But as a rule, it never once led to any real meeting or confrontation. All kinds of very pompous speeches, various calls, threats. This was done not so much to intimidate Chechens in Europe, as it was done for their handlers back in Chechnya, to show them, "Here we are standing on the front line defending your interests in Europe. We are ready to take risks here, to meet someone, to do something." In other words, it was more like a report to Kadyrov.
However, in 2020, Dugazaev came under U.S. sanctions and after some time left Germany.
His current area of operations is the Chechen Republic, Moscow, and Dubai. Recently, information emerged that he was spotted in Saudi Arabia.
Dugazaev returned to Chechnya, but the position of Europe's chief Kadyrov man did not remain vacant.
Meet Hussein Sekan Agaev. He is 53 years old and is also a refugee from Chechnya. Like Dugazaev, he openly supports Kadyrov and regularly travels to Chechnya with his family.
His ties to the regime, to the Russian-backed regime in Chechnya, go back a long time. Already during the period when Dugazaev was around, when he called himself and propaganda called him, the official representative, Agaev, was already in direct contact with people close to Kadyrov, took part in and was present at various events organized by Kadyrov, where Kadyrov himself was present. Already back then, he had joint photographs with Kadyrov. I think that now, yes, probably the chief Kadyrov man in Europe is Agaev, the very person who has direct access to Kadyrov.
Agaev has a son, Salim, 31 years old, who is also an athlete, an MMA fighter, and a representative of the Hamburg-based Roland Club. Unlike Dugazaev, however, he is not a European champion, but the champion of northern Germany.
Сегодня все закрыто, спортсмены собираются ближе к ночи.
A source in the German police told The Insider that the Roland Sports Club is one of many Chechen MMA clubs across Europe. Fighters from such clubs typically work in various security structures or even take part in providing protection to criminal businesses.
While Timur Dugazaev specialized more in security, meaning he had a security company and they organized various forms of protection for nightclubs, Agaev is not known for being involved in security. He is more engaged in logistics-related activities. He also has some connections in construction as well.
But the most interesting thing is not even the sports clubs. Agaev owns the logistics security company RIM Group, which operates directly in the port of Hamburg, the largest logistics hub in Europe. So now we are going to the company's registered address to check what is actually located there.
We will be very happy to have interview with Mr. Agaev.
Which one?
The older.
Okay, but he's not here. If you want, you can give me your card.
RIM Group is far from being the only Chechen logistics company in Hamburg. Agaev's partner, Ali Itayev, worked at a firm called International Logistics, and a friend of Agav's son, Dalembek Ismailov, heads another company engaged in warehouse logistics, also here in Hamburg.
Здравствуйте, как вас зовут?
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Даламбек.
Даламбек, вы откуда?
Я с Чечни.
Чем вы занимаетесь в Германии? Сколько вы здесь находитесь?
Я предприниматель, нахожусь в Германии уже 12 лет. Занимаюсь трудоустройством людей на работу. С разных стран набираем персонал.
When newly arrived refugees from Chechnya come to Germany, they usually, after obtaining work permits, and some even without work permits, that is, illegally, try to find work somehow. And I know that Agaev has been precisely the one who continues to find jobs for such people.
While Europe bans multiple entry visas for Russians under the pretext of combating spies, right here in the port of Hamburg, companies supporting Ramzan Kadyrov are operating.
The Insider's journalists continue their work despite pressure from Russian authorities. You can support them by liking this video, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. If you'd like to further support their efforts, consider making a donation by clicking the link in the description below.